Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down, and this one might be going the other way. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
They run with Breida. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now it's Breida. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Boys, here we go. Set, blue 60.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Zero. Set, blue 60.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And able to connect with Berrios. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here we go. Let's go now. Let's go.
This is Breida. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Gold is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Able to get away. It fights him off. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Zebra.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Room here to run. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Let's go, 14. Relert. Check.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tempo.
On second down, Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Hey, easy. Check 51.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Run! Woo! You got it! You got it! Cut! Green 80!
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penning. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
14, running. Cut! 280! Hey! There. 19. 95. 3 on 3. Motion.
Play action. It's Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go.
Third and 2, Stafford. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. A nice little juke. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And Escobar has it left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This complete to Lockett. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Wilson will throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Returnable for Lockett. A very Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, Wilson. Crowder's got it over the middle. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Wilson now looking to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Lockett. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
14. Mike 5-9.
On first down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rashawn Golden. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty, was it?
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Tempo. I got 15. 14.
Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side. Of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Single, slot.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Alert. 12. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Gun.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Gun. Move 15. 19. Let's go, 14. Check 50.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Zebra.
To throw again is Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22, the 30, the 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think I'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Gotta go. 59, Mike. Check. 59. Hey, easy. Check 51.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They run again with Breida. And some room to work. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First target, first catch, and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. 3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass. And it keeps 6 points off the board. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. That's going to be caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down. Caused all of that. It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback, the ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. 3rd and long. It's Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call? I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
Flex round! Flex round!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given away just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They begin with a run by Penny. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Gotta go, gotta go.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. And Daniels has it, left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And on the ground they go with a running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Niners on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, I need one over here. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Walsh adds the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why their points up on the
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some space here. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Lockett. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Airing one out for Crowder. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. The catch made by Miller. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson throwing again. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing again here, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Ohio!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Oh, nice move. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now Wilson, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
One left. 12. Check. 12. 19.
Again, Wilson. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Niners, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.